Hello. Hello there. Welcome to SW Live. It is Wednesday, March 5th. We are still in Pisces season. We still running strong over here. Don't try to kick us out yet. Give us some time. Give us some time. Give us some time. But welcome. Welcome. Welcome, my love. Today we got a very, very special show that's near and dear to my heart because I fit this category. And we're going to be talking about the Black woman today. And where's the love? But before we jump into the conversation, let's do the quote of the day. The quote of the day is from Miss Janet Jackson, and she says that I'm convinced that we Black women possess a special, indestructible strength that allows us to not only get down, but to get up, to get through, and to get over. Whew, that was mighty. And it's true. We do possess that type of strength that other people would either complain, cry, or, um, have injustices and pleas that they can't do it or it can't be done. We've tried a tumultuous amount of times. It's not possible. And we all know that's not true. There's always a will and a way. So this particular quote speaks volumes. There's just so many times that we don't want things to be relying on our strength, though. We do. There are times we just don't want to be relied on for our strength. We want to be just beautiful Black women sometimes. We just want to be beautiful Black wives. We just want to be beautiful Black mothers. We don't always want to be strong Black women. But hey, we are that. It just don't always feel good to have to hear that, especially when you're going through your own situations and things that strength don't really feel like it's pulling you through at that time. It may be, you just may not feel that. You may not always feel strong. What's up, gal? What's up, Miguel? You may not just always feel strong. So you don't always want to have that misconception thrown around that just because you're Black, you should be very strong. You should be able to take a lot. You should be able to do this and do that and do this and do that. That's what strength means. Like you're just supposed to jump through hurdles. And we don't always want to be affiliated with that. So, you know, um, this it speaks volumes, but it also just goes to show like we are um we are those people. We are that group of human beings that seem to have that special possession of special indestructible strength. And even if like it is not strength isn't always about being able to take a lot, you know, but that's the way it's perceived upon Black women is that they could take a lot. But that's not real strength. Like, you know what I'm saying? Do you think just because a man out there shoveling and he having to do a lot of gravel every day that him being strong enough to do the job means that he wants to hear that he's strong because he can do a lot of gravel shoveling? No. No, don't try to break my back because you think I'm strong enough to take more. No, we don't want that type of possession over the word strength. We want to be normal people that are told that they're strong when it comes to things that they should be using their strength for. But to have to rally behind things that supposed to be for us that we can't utilize. No, we don't want to be strong just because we got to find other ways. No, 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 and no, no. In oh, we don't want that type of strength. Y'all can have that strength. Y'all can have anything that's going to pile more and more and more and more and more on me. I don't want it. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to be treated by it. I don't want to be taught by it. I don't want to be touched by it. I don't want to be looked at or loved by it. Keep it. Okay. So where's the love? Who y'all like? Y'all, everybody on here know. how much I go hard for our Black men. I love my people. So I go hard for my people, but there's rare times that I'll come on and have to talk about Black women, because I feel like Black women are the epitome of every conversation that we have anyway. We're going to always have a conversation where Black women are going to be involved in the topic, some type of way, some way, shape, form, or fashion. A woman, Black women, whatever. They're going to be involved in the topic at hand. So I don't actually have to just do a whole show focus on them, but lately I've been seeing a whole lot, and it's not new, but I've been seeing it, and it's been irritable to me to know we are in Women's History Month, and we still got to be pilgrimized as if we're just like not good enough. And it don't matter what we do, it don't matter how hard we go for the family, how hard we go for our jobs, how hard we go for our people, how hard we go for anybody we love, how hard we go for people that we taking care of. No matter what it is, between lack of praise for it, because we're not doing it for praise, but lack of praise or lack of thank you or lack of appreciation, between that and then the stereotypical misconceptions about us, it's so much. It's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. And being a person of that specimen, a person of that quality, and knowing that how beautiful I am as a Black woman, it makes me wonder, is like the copycat situation of trying to take everything that we have, the ownership of what we have, and then trying to utilize it even against us. Like, it's constant. It's just not a win-win situation. It's just not a win-win, but we still winning. As a Black woman who loves the ground that most who loves the ground most of our Black men walk on, I'm a Black woman first and foremost. As much as I love the Black man, I love and support my Black women even more. As the most disrespected species on this planet outside of animals, and that says a lot, we go through the most, have the most to prove, battle the most, defend the most, empathize the most, show up for the most, take the most shit, and ultimately have to sacrifice the most to be sure the world can be functional. And still, most, if not majority, of Black women love being Black women. So regardless of all the things that you're going through, all the things that you're having to deal with, all the things that you're suffering from, uh, us, we're still surviving. We're still pushing. We're still saying that, you know what, it's worth it. It's worth it. This piece of the pie is worth it. Me going hard is worth it. And we still going. So this we're not this the show is definitely not looking for pity. It's just to go ahead and give you a little bit more perspective of who you're dealing with when you're dealing with a Black woman, especially a well sought after, doing her thing, handling business Black woman. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Hmm. The question today is, where's the love? Beyond the battlefields of life outside of home, home was ultimately where we learned to survive as a Black girl, being groomed into womanhood. We were shown the scars of our mothers, aunts, grandmothers. We were given the discipline needed to survive outside, the knowledge of our ancestors, and the wisdom to be the loudest in the room without speaking. Black women are resilient humans. This is my monologue too, y'all. Just let y'all know that. Um, Resilient. The being able to walk into a room, being able to be loud just with your presentation says a lot about your character and your personality. Up front, you see and you get to envision the fact that you are, first of all, turning heads and brooms. It's not just because the door opened, because every time the door gonna open because it's supposed to open. People supposed to walk in and out that door to enter the event, right? But when you open the door and you walk in, and then the marvel begins. It's power. in that walk. It's power in that strut. It's power in that personality. It's power in that whole presentation. So the fear that we give is not because we look like we're going to hurt you. It's because we look like we can do it better than you. We know we can in most aspects. So that's why we're so disrespected. The disrespect toward Black women is incredibly cruel. We have to be to blame in single parent homes on how the kids turn out. We have to take the fall when relationships don't work. We have to be the whole crowd. For the 10% of us who ain't shit as Black women turns into 100% of all of us women that ain't shit. So you got a handful of women that you know, and you gonna base the whole sisterhood on that handful of women that you know, and not we the whole sisterhood ain't shit based on 10 people. When I speak on the greatness of Black people in general, I always make sure to remind us that the people you know whom you are giving your percentiles to, being grouped in as the 100%, is less than 0.5% of Black people in this whole world. So what does that mean? That means that you don't know nobody. You know a few people. You know enough people for you to take your argument and make it a generalization. And that's crazy. That's crazy, number one. But just like we love to throw around and say Black people don't want this, Black people poor, Black people this, Black people that. You're talking about the 0.5% of people that you know, and you only know. The population is huge, and you're going to generalize the people that you know as being the whole talk of the town. Ain't no way. It ain't no way that we have such a positive staple in this world for it to be that you're going to base 0.5% of people on us. No way. The news tricking you. Social media is a place of misinformation. But us, we have the most to say negative to say about us by literally speaking for all Black folks when they only know 0.5%. Truly heartbreaking. But back to my sisters. The focus of us is that we're grouped into all brown people when they want to say we have the same problems and issues. But when we say how wonderful and smart and educated Black women are, there is nothing we can have. Absolutely nothing. You don't see the brown women lining up to come to HBCUs. That's a Black woman thing. But they want our celebrations when they don't have to support us. And don't forget that based on most recent estimates, non-Hispanic Black women are 2.6 times more likely to die from pregnancy related complications than white women or any other race. For Black women 25 and older, pregnancy related mortality is about 4 times higher than it is for white women or of similar ages. And the only reason they have shared with us is the social economics of our lives, because that's it. It's a part of the social economics that Black women are basically incapable of having a healthy life. We know that's not the reason we're dying in hospitals. So y'all do y'all best to have y'all babies at home. If you want to not have a mortality rate that increases as time progresses, have your kids at home. Start even understanding why it's so much more important to have that at home birth um anyway, because of the way that the connection that you have with your spouse, your partner, all of that matters during pregnancy. When you're having a kid in the hospital, the separation of people is at a grave high. The man can barely, if he can't touch or do nothing to help you. So it's what's the point? Have your at home births, survive. Do what you got to do. Get you a good midwife and survive, because they're doing stuff to kill you in there. There's no whatever they're putting things in these meds. They're irritating your babies. They're doing things that are causing you to have a high mortality rate. It's not just happening, because when you ask why it's happening, the only thing that they're telling you is that because Black women may not be able to eat healthy during their pregnancies. Their social status is killing them. So you're telling us down from the wealthy Black women all the way down to the middle class Black women, all the way down to even the ones that live in that receive assistance, that they're not eating healthy. Nobody has a good appetite. Nobody has a healthy body. We just all all Black women just out here just struggling to live a healthy lifestyle. The bullshit. That's why I tell you, if you want to know and be sure that you'll have a healthier delivery, do it at home. And that's why having kids now is making sure that you are prepared to have kids at this day and age, this time of your life, because you want to be able to afford these things. Because and you can, I'm pretty sure you can get some type of, it can happen with your insurance that you can have a midwife and have a doula and have an at-home birth. I'm sure it's a way. So just look, check it out, be sure, because that hospital shit is not what it is. It's not. It's just not. Okay. It's not. Now, the good shit that comes along with being a Black woman is way more beautiful than having to prove our resilience. Most times it just speaks for itself. They have made important contributions to the development of America, and the service and sacrifice ensured the survival of Black people from slavery to present, a Black woman. Their contributions were sometimes overlooked in both civil rights and women's movements, but their power, resilience, and courage cannot be overstated. The Black woman. They have a distinctive standpoint from which to understand the intersection of race and gender and their unique experience of oppression. The Black woman. They are pioneers in education, parenting, taking strides outside of their scopes, always looking to grow and always valued by the right people. The Black woman. They are protectors. The Black woman. Often sought after, often sought as a beauty standard, but not giving the recognition of it. The Black woman. Misconceptions of the Black womanhood. I'm gonna give you these, and we're gonna get right through these real quick, because the common misconceptions to me ain't worth nothing. It's just like what it is. We do, it's certain things you do have to talk about. You do have to address it. And even if it doesn't, even if it's something that doesn't affect you or harm you or even fall into your circle or your lineage, it still has to be discussed. All right. So some common misconceptions of Black women is that we all have bad attitudes. Some of the meanest people I've met are women, and they ain't Black women. I done met some mean ass women, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's some mean people out here. And I think we give a lot of smiles. I think we are very, very I think that we're very, very honest with our facial features. So we don't really do a whole lot of playing. So you won't see it to where you'll be thinking like, oh, yeah, I guess it comes off as us being mean or bad attitudes, because we don't always walk around with the hugest smile on our face. I think that's psychotic anyway, but it's a misconception that we're bitter. Bitter? I, to be perfectly honest, when I was studying this and checking this out about misconceptions, before I saw it, I never knew that we were thrown into that category of being bitter, because I don't really bitter. But we is living bitter. I don't know. We are controlling. Now I might go for that one. Now I might go for that one. I'm not a controlling woman, but I can see Black women being controlling, especially motherly Black women. So used to telling people what to do it, how to live, how to move, how to go, how to slow, like just everything. So I won't say I won't say that the misconception of we are controlling is truly a misconception, but I think that we know what I think we know our audience. I think we know where to be controlling and who to be controlling with. So, but in this particular thing, they're talking about controlling in relationships. So Black women must be being controlling in these relationships. Y'all got to do better. Now slow down, let that man lead a little bit. Don't be afraid. the next misconception, we have self-esteem issues. That's why we wear weave. Everything about anything that a black woman put on herself is an enhancement to the already staggering physique, personality, whatever that comes along with her. Everything that she already is an accolade for that weave, is an accolade for that makeup, is an accolade for anything. And I'm talking about small enhancements. I ain't talking about going to get all this surgically stuff done and all of that. I'm talking about these people who just put on small enhancements that include makeup and weave. Those are enhancements. Those are not beauty standards. So if black women decide that they want to wear weave and anything that comes along with that, we're supposed to be we're supposed to now be like, oh, that's a misconception. That means they self-esteem low. That's weird. It's been said we don't give accountability. But yet we are independent single mothers and take of all the responsibilities. Speak louder. Speak louder. And a lot of people, and another common misconception is that single mothers are by choice wanting to be single mothers, like because they ran the man off or they not doing it's not always worked that way. You have widows, you have widowers, you have people who a situation may have happened to where that man had to be absent. It's not always a choice thing. Or you just have times where people just decide they don't want to do it anymore. Or you may have a situation where the co-parenting thing don't work. But that's not a race thing. That's a human thing. But yes, we take on all responsibilities. We are the people who do not give up on the child. It's very, very rare that you will have a mother not present in a child's life. And there are times where there are misfortunes where she isn't because of drug issues, or they may have went to prison, or they just decided they don't want to do it. For the ones who have passed on and they didn't have a choice but to let go of their role, that stuff happens. These things happen. All right. Another misconception is we don't work out because of our hair. Listen, that one right there had pissed me off when I saw it. I was like, are you serious? Are you trying to tell me that black women don't go to the gym because of their hair being done? Man, we was the put a pressing comb on the stove. Most people in this world, sweetheart, we know how to have ingenuity. We know how to survive. We're gonna work out. We're gonna stay healthy, and we're gonna stay whole. Now, in every race, you're gonna have obese people and all. That's a normality. This is America. That had the obesity and all that just falls on the American standard. That's an American trait. But we're not. If we're being honest, though, natural body wise, we are pretty healthy girls. And not only that, the ones that struggle with going to the gym or exercising or eating healthier are starting to do that. Like a lot of people my age, as we get older, a lot of them have become way more active because they're starting to see that active lifestyle is healthy. It's good for them. Going to the gym, exercising, and running around has always been something I've been doing all my life. I enjoy it, but I have my struggles. I be on the horse sometimes, and sometimes I fall off the wagon because I might feel like, okay, I done did enough. I feel good. I'm good. I'm good. Next thing you know, I done ate a meal or two that done sat on my waistline and made me feel like I done tricked myself out the gym, and now I gotta go back. So, it's just up to us. But healthy and not going to the gym because we worried about our hair, baby. Stop playing with these black women. Don't stop playing. Another misconception is that we hate being single. Now, this misconception right here has stirred the pot, honey, because I was having a conversation with a few people about this before. And my question was, would black women prefer to be single versus getting into relationships again? And it's not just that they prefer it. it's that they feel like it's a comfort there. You don't have to stress, you don't have to worry, you don't have to cancer, you can move as you will. So being single don't make you like, oh my God, I hate relationships just because I enjoy being single. We don't have a problem with being single. We just don't, we like our peace. We love comfort. We love peace. I'm telling you. That quiet, that not just peace and quiet just because your house quiet. It's just because how you left that morning is gonna be how you came back to it that day, that evening. And that feeling is remarkable. Like just knowing that um I pay my bills are paid feels good. Yes, I would love to be like, here, somebody take the bills, enjoy the bills, but I don't care. I'm gonna get up and go to work. I'm gonna do what I gotta do to make sure I keep having that constant peace. I'm serious because I enjoy dating and doing all that stuff, but having my own place is way more peaceful to me. That doesn't mean that I don't want to be with a black man. I'm gonna be with him. I'm gonna do him. I'm gonna date him. I'm gonna love him. I'm gonna do all that. But we're gonna go home. We go home. Now stop playing with black women though. We don't hate being single. We just love our peace. Now a lot more people gonna deal with their peace versus dealing with all that, knowing that you gotta share this man and knowing that you might be given a disease. Cause who want to play like that? That's a problem. That's a problem. You out here. See, that's why people saying their peace is valuable, because you're talking about now. I'm taking chances. Now I'm taking chances out here, and I just could have stayed home with my robe tied and just was resting. Y'all play too much. Another misconception. This is the last one. We don't know how to let men be men. I've heard this about black women. I don't know, because I don't know a whole lot of black women that don't have that know their standard of who they are when they go into these relationships. I don't know. I don't really hear from the men in my life that the black woman is trying to step all over them or hurt on them or do all of that. Now, I know a few young YNs that need to understand that love is not abuse. I need them to understand that love, just because you think that a woman love you, is not them trying to knock you upside your head. I do need them to understand that part though. But same thing with black women. Um Girl, speak your truth, Sheila. We don't want no weak man, baby. You talking about letting a man be a man? I don't want to step in your role at all. There's nothing about being dominant in a relationship that is a turn on for me as a woman. What I look like? What do I look like trying to play your role? So, but I do know that it's some women out there. But again, in my dialogue in the beginning, my monologue, it stated that you're talking about 0.5 people out of 35%, and 0.5 is a very small number, and you can't group the whole black woman inside that 0.5 and say all black women like running over their men. Shut up. That's insane. We want a strong man. We want a man that come in knowing who he is, what he doing, how he doing it. Ain't got to tell you nothing. Got to tell you nothing. You've been doing manhood too long. You don't need my help. All I just need you to do is learn me, because I'm learning you. But I don't need all that other shit. I don't need to be dominant. I don't need to run no relationship. I don't need to be in charge of our weekends. I don't need to be in charge of our weeks. I just want to have an opinion about things. So when you go and make these great decisions, just come talk to your girl. Keep me in the loop. But baby, by all means, take the lead. Stop lying on us. These common misconceptions, y'all stop lying on us. We ain't never trying to take control like that now. We ain't never trying to take control like that. Stop lying on us. Stop lying on us. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Those are just misconceptions. So don't get it misconstrued. All right. But again, the resilience of being a black woman is it's phenomenal, y'all. We are phenomenal people. We are phenomenal women. And we definitely are the trendsetters. We just gotta be more in control of the trends that we put out. We want a lot of these trends to be more positive. And I think a lot of times is when you get that positive trend going, or that person who can produce that trend, they flip it on them, or they flip it on her, or that person flip themselves. So you're not the right person up there anyway. All right. So I'm gonna close out the show with, but not on certain scenarios, be dominant, period. Yes. It's not supposed to be a you dominant today and not tomorrow. No, you're gonna be a leader regardless. You're gonna be a dominant person because that's in you. That's supposed to be something that you've been programmed and raised to be and to do. And it is what it is. We want dominance. We want a strong black man. We don't want no just weak individual. Just be like, well, babe, what you want me to do? Know how to be dominant, or we are powerful women. And that's just what it is. And I'm thinking that when they say you're in a relationship with a powerful woman, that doesn't take away from your dominance. It just makes you know that you do have a powerful being right next to you. But for the ones who don't know what dominance is, you're gonna get them women who might run over you. Because you're not showing her no signs of strong man. And I know, like we say with the black women's strength, we don't want to be looked upon as people with black because we black that we strong, but we do want you to have some dominance about yourself, sweetheart. Don't come into this relationship pussyfooting, because you're gonna know right from the jump what type of woman you're gonna have because of your pussyfooting. All right. We're gonna close out the show with a poem, and it is called "The Black Woman." Yes, and yes. All right. From the start, the world was set against you. The great black hope, another person they got to train. Got to make you listen and mind how you move, stripping you of the goodness you consumed in the womb. And still you rose, because that's what black girls do. Always telling yourself it's not in you to quit, shape shifting to fit in every room you walk through, making sure to leave a taste of your resilience. See, it has to happen that way because people think we're unprotected. Yes, that's a lie, because I'm around many men tested. They raise us up, not the boys who always complaining, the black men that got our backs without an ounce of refraining. Just like we take care of them, they make sure we are wrapped tight, the love that we need, because all of our life we had to fight. That's why the skill of black woman is overlooked. Nobody ever wants to give credit to something it took. I love the hue of my brow, the shape of my nose, the balance of my boobs, and the way that I pose. I'm fascinated with my smile and the way that I strut. I'm so full of myself, and I can't get enough of my witty demeanor and the love that I share. I love how we love our family in the genuine ways that we care, taking care of our man, raising our blessing, our children, keeping up appearances, a queen, always representing. Thank y'all for tuning in. Don't y'all ever take for granted the people who gave birth to you, the people who gave love to you, and the people who constantly support you and show up. That's the strength of a black woman. Peace. I'll see y'all next Wednesday. Take care.